Styling and profiling. It's live and in color. Woo! 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 Slow down. Woo! 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 I'm styling and profiling. Upside down.
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I am your host, Tommy. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit that thumbs up. And yes, woo! Your Buffalo Bills are the 2021 motherfucking back-to-back AFC East champions, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Represent that shit. Man, oh man, oh man. Does it feel good? Does it feel good? Huh? And y'all were worried about what, like 5 games ago? I told y'all, after that Tampa game, I felt something. I felt something electric. Oh, yes. Oh, man. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. Back-to-back AFC East champions. They haven't done that since the 90s. You guys don't really understand. Do you really understand? Are you soaking this in? Are you guys excited? Honestly, it wasn't a pretty game. But I told y'all yesterday it wasn't going to be a pretty game. I do got one thing to say. One thing to say, and I love saying this after a Bills victory.
One more for the good guys.
It is one more for the good guys. All right, let's get into some of the chat, man. Bullseye, not their strongest game, but it's a W. I told you it was going to be a sloppy game on the offensive side of things a little bit. It wasn't going to be pretty, but I told you the defense would handle their business. And boy, oh boy, did they ever. 9 sacks. 9. Count them, folks. Damn. Oh, that's a lot of sacks, bro. We got after that quarterback. I told you guys, Leslie Frazier eats up rookie quarterbacks. He eats them up, spits them out, right? You guys saw what happened. AFC East, baby. Raymond, you know it. Back to back, man. Let me get to some of these chats early on here. Better hope for great weather in playoffs. Look, man. If the defense, I'm gonna tell you right there. If the defense can do what they did today, which they really, guys, let's be real. They're the number one defense for a reason, right? Throughout the whole NFL, through the whole season, pretty much, we were ranked number one. We didn't let that thing go. You got to admit, even when times were getting a little bit down in Buffalo, we held that spot pretty much all season long. We were the top dog on defense. The defense was solid. They did their job. I told you guys this was going to be a game where just the offense had to do just enough. I predicted, did you guys watch my show yesterday? What was my prediction, guys? Yeah, anybody remember? 27-3. 27-3. 27-10. Come on, man. God has got to give it to me, man. I was damn close to that score prediction. Damn close. Yeah, screw the Pro Bowl. Pro Bowl ain't shit, man. Listen, I was talking to my buddy the other day. They got to do like an all Madden. And just do it where like they have actually we talked about it yesterday, where they just get an all Madden thing together, right? Put a couple quarterbacks that are worthy enough, couple defense, 4 or 5, whatever, make a defensive list. And trust me, you're gonna see a lot of Buffalo Bills make that list. Let's see here. Rick, I still can't get over these punts. Oh my God. Were those the worst goddamn punts you've ever seen? Bad weather or not, Matt Hawkhack, whatever you want to call him, he's awful. He is awful. Unfortunately, guys, we're stuck with him because He does a good job holding the ball for the kicker. I mean, but God, you're telling me we can't find a punter that could do both, hold the ball good and kick the ball? They're going to have to get a new punter in the offseason. It's too late now, guys. You can't just bring in a punter now. You know what I mean? Like, take that gamble because you never know, right? It could be worse. Maybe he's terrible at holding kicks. Bojo wasn't the greatest at that, but he could boom a kick. What would you rather have? You know what I mean? But today, my God, if our defense wasn't as good as it was, that could have cost us for sure. But my God, he is awful, man. He's so bad. What was it, like 2 games with no punts? I guess we saved them all for today. Yeah, I guess. You figure his leg would be ready to go, right? Like, right? Like, my God, that was so bad. That looked like me when I, like, as a kid, when I would try to, like, punt a football, like, out there just messing around with my friends, and it would go, like, 10 yards, 15 yards. Like, I swear to God, that was bad, guys. That was really bad. Raymond, forget the Pro Burger. Let's bring the Liberty. Yeah, let's bring the Lombardi to Buffalo. It's about time, guys. We've been waiting a long time since this franchise was formed, right? Like, we don't got it. But I truly believe in this team, guys. I do. I told you guys this. I said, look, we have our weaknesses, no doubt. But the way this NFL season has gone, with almost every team in the NFL, they all have some bad losses any given Sunday, right? Guess what, guys? The Colts are out of the playoffs. They lost to the Jaguars. Remember when everyone was making fun of the Buffalo Bills for losing to the Jaguars? Well, guess what? The Colts got their fucking ass spanked today by the Jaguars and are out of the playoffs. Nobody saw that coming. Nobody. The Dolphins beat the Patriots today. And Dolphins just got spanked last week. So, guys, it's wild, man. It's wild. Baltimore's out of it. I mean, I'm telling you guys, it's been a crazy year in the NFL, man. A lot of upsets, a lot of weird games, like I said, just a lot of weird things going on. But the point is, Buffalo won 11 games. We had a good season, guys, no matter what you guys say. And now we're in the playoffs. Now everybody is 0-0, right? 0-0. Here we go. And guess what? We got that momentum. We got the momentum going now. We got our offensive line finally doing things right. And what's that mean? We got Bates in there now who's doing his job. You know, I feel bad for Bakker on the injury, but God, was it a blessing in disguise that he got hurt? I hate to say that. It's terrible. I feel bad in a way, but Bates is way better, guys. Let's be real. And him coming in has changed this offensive line. Let's all be real here. The run blocking has gotten way better. The pass blocking is night and day. Josh Allen, you know, as far as getting sacked and stuff, like, he's kind of clean back there now. So it's looking way better, this offensive line. And I'm going to talk about this game a little bit here. I said to my Steelers friend, I said I wouldn't count the Jags out, and he said Steelers were finished. Yeah, man. It's crazy, bro. I'm telling you, some teams, any given Sunday, I don't know what to say. But I'll be real. I did not see that happening at all. Because the Colts aren't a bad team. But I will say this. When Carson Wentz has to win you a game when it counts, he's been miserable, guys. He's been miserable. I'm being honest with you. You know, and the Jaguars proved it today. Look, a game where all he had to do was step up. And once again, he fails his team, just like he did in Philadelphia. Hate to say it, but it's true. That's why they traded him. Strangest season in a long time. Yeah, bro. But listen, guys, the point is, we pulled it off when we were only one game above 500 at one point of the season, when everybody was doubting us, a lot of you guys. And listen, I was upset too. I'm not going to lie to you guys and be like, oh, yeah, I was like, yeah, the Buffalo Bills, we got, like, listen, I come on here when we play bad. I came on here. I shredded them when we lost against the Jaguars. I shredded them when we lost against the Colts. But that momentum swing was the Bucs game. I keep bringing that back to you guys. Because go back, guys, if you have a chance and watch that game. Don't watch the first half. Watch the second half. And then understand and see the swing, the shift in the offense, how everything started to change. You could see the offensive play calling even change in that game. And then from there on out, it just seemed like like a light went on in Dable's head and McDermott's head. It was like, hey, we better change. We better do something different. We got to do something different now, or the season's over. Because I believe if that game, if we just get blanked out by the Buccaneers, like we don't do anything in the second half, we are not here right now talking about Buffalo Bills AFC East champions. In my opinion, something happened in that game, and it was a blessing. Something happened. Players woke the fuck up. Justin, you're right. The Bucs game changed everything. It did. And you know what, guys? I'm telling you right now, they're going to be talking about that Bucs game after this season. I'm telling you. I swear to God. You watch. It will be brought up. Because if we win that Super Bowl, baby, it'll all go back to that game. All go back to that game. Muhammad, the run game has been better because the O-line has been doing what they should have done. Yes, and Muhammad, it's been better for a few reasons. I'm going to get into that. One, Deion Dawkins we all know, he had COVID in the start of the season, and he had it bad where he was in the hospital. I really, truly believe that Deion Dawkins wasn't 100% throughout the season. He is now, in my opinion, I think he's pretty much back. Like he has his strength back in full capacity, and it's showing on the football field. He's pancaking people. He looks more energized. Then, taking consideration, Ryan Bates coming in for Bakker, and that's like I said before, it sucks that Bakker got hurt, but Ryan Bates has done a phenomenal job since stepping up. And I'm telling you, he's trying to play for a starting role next year. He's trying to stay on that offensive line. Then you got Spencer Brown back at his right position at right tackle. Darrell Williams more comfortable at right guard. Mitch Morse is doing his job. Everybody, that offensive line now is finally coming together and showing that they could be better than even average. They're actually doing a good job. I got to give them credit. I've been shitting on them all year, but I'll give credit where credit is due. They stepped up in the last, I want to say 3.5 weeks, right? If you count the second half of the Bucs game. So let's get right into this. I'll get into some of your guys' comments. I'm sorry, guys, if I miss it. Sometimes I just blab on, and I feel like we were back mid-season with the play calling in the first half. Yeah, bro. I got to get to that. I'm going to get to the game right now, guys. So listen. Once again, it's like Dable gets stuck in his ways, right? So we start off good. This is normal, guys. This happens a lot with this offense. We start off good in a rhythm, right? Started off good, but once the defense of the Jets changed things up, right? They adjusted to our play calling. Dable just could not adjust, right? And then he went away with what was working, which was the weirdest part of it. So, like, we start off good. Devin Singletary's in a rhythm. Boom, 40-something. What was it, a 45-yard run, right, to start the first drive? Bam. I mean, he got going right away. Then you get pass heavy, and you stick with it, and it's not working. But what do? You keep at it. You keep at it. You keep at it. You keep having them. Josh pass. You see the ball's getting away from them. You see the defense of the Jets finally bringing some heat because they know we're only passing. And it's like, I don't understand when Motor Singletary is running good. It's not like we were running bad the whole time. He's only getting 1 yard, 2 at best. He was doing very well today, guys. So I don't understand why he went away from it. Then I'm like, what is going on here? And then finally, when did our offense get going again, guys? When Motor Singletary got the ball back. When Josh started throwing shorter passes, taking the easier options instead of throwing deep every single, come on, man. Like, once again, you got to know your environment. You got to know where you're playing. So let's get to the stats real quick, guys. I just want to get to the stats real quick. So Josh Allen today. Here's my point. 24 of 45 passing. Are you kidding me? You have Josh Allen throw it 45 times in windy ass Buffalo, bad conditions. Once again, super windy. I don't want him throwing 45 times. Listen, guys, I'll say it again. I don't mind that this team is a pass first team. Okay, I don't. That's how we're built. But you gotta mix in the run a little bit, and when it's working, stick with it, right? And especially when you're at home and it's real windy, and then I would say you got to run it a little bit more than you usually do. I don't mind, like today, instead of 45 times, why not have him throw it 30 times, 32 times? Like, I would have been okay with that. But my God, man, you know what I mean? Like, they got Singletary going late, 19 carries. Love to see that. But most of those were towards the end of the third quarter. So he had 19 carries, 88 yards. He averaged 4.6 a carry, one touchdown. He also had a receiving touchdown. So he had a good game. Motor Singletary, to me, was the player of the game, in my opinion. As far as offense. Defense, my God, I think the whole defense earned it. I mean, I can't really tell you who earned the defensive player of the game because everybody had a piece. Everybody, man, 9 sacks. Like they all ate. Everyone ate on defense today, guys. Everybody. It was a great effort by the defense once again. Now, mind you, it's a bad Jets team. It's an awful Jets team, but it doesn't matter. They handle their business. And by the way, 10 points, not bad considering the shitty punts by Matt Hawk giving them great field position. I'm just saying. Yeah, he's fucking awful. Let's see here. Raymond, need that run game in the playoffs. Going to help Allen so much. It is, especially guys. I don't know who we're playing yet, but in that first game at home, it's going to be windy. Once again, we're playing in Buffalo, guys. Dable has to get Motor involved. I'm not saying have Motor run it 35 times or anything crazy, but this kind of game is fine. Give him about, I would say anywhere between 17 and 22, 24 carries, I'm good with. And Allen around that 35 passing, 30 to 35, I'm good with. But you can't have 45 pass attempts. Like, that's wild, man. Like, and this, bro, and look at it, 24 or 45. That's not good. Now, mind you, he didn't have any interceptions, but his quarterback rating was 83.5. I mean, I thought he did more on the ground running. He made a couple nice passes, don't get me wrong, but you didn't need to. We really didn't need to throw it 45 times. Didn't need to. A lot of drop passes, by the way. The receivers did not help Allen on some of these passes. They were dropping a lot. I thought Gabe Davis, for as good as he's been with toe tapping, today was a bad game for him. As far as toe tapping goes, he was just not getting his feet in bounds. It was not the Gabe Davis I'm used to. He made a lot of errors out there today. Muhammad 53.3 repeating, of course. Yeah, I know. Let's see here. Scott, Hack is so effing bad. Yeah, would have been 3 scores with good teams. I know. Trust me. You can't have that happen. I'm sure. Now, to his credit, whatever they told him at the second half, he did punt better in the second half. He actually pinned them down at the 1. So he did a little bit better. I mean, I guess I'll have to give him some kind of credit for not shanking them through the whole course of the game. But, when the whole crowd is booing you and then they're cheering you when you finally make a good punt. I don't know if you guys remember a guy named Darko Milicic, played for the Detroit Pistons. I'm a fan of the Pistons, so I remember this. If you guys don't, you don't. But he was a terrible basketball player, and we would always keep him on the bench, right? Up until I don't know, the minute left, and he would finally score a point, and the crowd would go wild, because he sucked, and it was kind of like a joke. like cheering for him when he would score. So I kind of felt like when we cheered because he did like a decent punt, it was kind of like a slap in the face in a way. Like, you know, so he's just so bad, guys. He's just really bad. Yeah, second overall pick. I do remember it was not the greatest draft pick in the world by the Pistons, but hey, it is what it is, man. But believe me, I heard it all. I'm a Piston fan, so that was awful. So yeah, so back to the play calling. So Dable, he cannot have these lapses in the playoffs. You can't against a better team. This could have went a different direction. We could have lost this game against, like I said, a better team, against the Patriots, right? Against whoever gets in the playoffs. I have to see the list here because, guys, it's still up in the air right now. Let's see here. They got the Patriots in the wild card at 10-7, Chargers 9-7, and the Raiders at 9-7. I got to get an update. Let me see if I can get an update, guys, on this. Let me 1 second. Let me see here. I don't know if I can get an update. If anyone's can give me an update on that, on the playoffs, the standings right now, because I haven't got the list here. Give me 1 second, guys. So I'm going to go through some scores today, just real quick, guys, for the rest of the NFL. The Browns beat the Bengals 21-16, but the Bengals didn't have anybody playing. The Lions upset the Packers, though. It wasn't really an upset. They didn't really play their starters, the Packers. The Jaguars, like I said, that was the upset of the day, beating the Colts 26-11. The Steelers beat the Ravens. Ravens, another just overrated kind of team, man, to be honest with you. But they didn't have their quarterback. But either way, a little overrated in my opinion. And the Titans barely got past the Texans, 28-25. And let's see here. Any other? Dolphins, like I said, beat the Patriots, 33-24. And the Bucs destroyed the Panthers. So right now, let me see on the standings, guys. Let me see on the wild card and see if I'm right on that. Let's see here. So yeah, right as of right now, Las Vegas at 9-7. Now, have they? I don't know if they played yet. Let me see here. No, I don't think they have. So Las Vegas. Let me see here, guys. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just looking at the scores here. All right. So sorry, guys. So yeah, man, big game tonight, man. Chargers and Raiders. I think it comes down to that game right there, who gets in, if I'm not mistaken. But man, crazy. So Bullseye coming in here. I'll get to some of your chats right now. If the Chargers win, they play the Bills. Okay. All right. Here. Muhammad, 5th is Pats, 6th is Chargers, 7th is Raiders, 8th is Steelers. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. That's crazy that the Steelers even. I thought the Steelers would be way out of it at one point, and good for them. Good for them fighting for Big Ben. Though this is Big Ben's last season. I called that shit in the beginning of the year, by the way. I told you guys. I thought it was a mistake that he even came back. But he is a Hall of Famer, in my opinion. I think Big Ben deserves it. I think 2 Super Bowls? I mean, you can't knock Big Ben for what he's done. He was a tough son of a bitch. And wish him well. But we'll see if they could somehow get in the playoffs. I don't think so, though. I think that's it. I think once the Raiders win, they're out. So back to this game real quick. So I will tell you guys one thing. Leslie Frazier, I've been saying it all season long. Leslie Frazier deserves the head coaching job. And he's going to get it. He's going to get it. If Dable gets hired before Frazier, then there's something wrong in the NFL. Like, honestly, there is. Because Frazier has been one of the best defensive coordinators in the NFL in the past, 5 seasons since he's been here with us. And I thought he was a pretty good coach when he was with Minnesota. But he's gotten even better with us, learning a little bit more probably under McDermott. And I just think he deserves it, man. And I would be shocked if he doesn't get an opportunity. There's going to be a lot of job openings. Denver just fired Vic, whatever the hell his name is, Fangio. And you got the Raiders job that's open. You have the Jaguar job that's open. I'd be shocked if Chicago doesn't fire their head coach. So he's going to get an opportunity. Now, on the other hand, Brian Dable, if he doesn't, I'm really curious if McDermott sticks with him another year. Me personally, I would not. I think he's ran his course here. I'm not saying he's bad, that like an awful OC. I just think he just has a lot of flaws as an OC, and it's been that way, and it hasn't changed. And that's my knock with Dable. The in-game adjustments. That's it. Other than that, I think he's a good players coach. I think the players love him. I think the players want to play for him. You know, they want to give it their all for Dable. But I just think his in-game adjustments and his stubbornness, really, with sticking to his playbook and whatever he had called for that game and not doing any adjustments is his flaw. And it shows when our offense struggles, and he just doesn't do anything to better the offense, to put the offense in any better position when things aren't going right. That's my knock on Dable. It's always been. And I just think it's time for a change next season. But let's see. Let's see if he can just pull it out for the playoffs and prove me wrong, let's say. Remember last year, everyone was saying he was the best OC. He's not the best OC. I never said that he was the best OC. I gave him credit for improving. And I'll always, listen, guys, I'll always give credit where credit is due. Even if I don't like the person or I have my opinions on them. Like today, I told you guys, I thought he finally did a change in like the mid-third quarter to help us, right? He got Motor back involved. He did some in-game adjustments where it was needed, finally. Like sometimes a lot of the times he doesn't do that. But I will say this, since the second half of the Tampa game, he has been a lot better at doing some adjustments to help this team hurdle whatever obstacle they're stuck on, right? So I got to give him some credit for that. Now back on Frazier. Frazier has been phenomenal. He's only had a couple bad performances this year as far as the defense goes, right? One against the Colts and in the first half against Tampa. Other than that, the defense has done their job all season long, right? And whenever a team did something good in the beginning, he's always adjusted. He's always corrected it. And that's why I love Frazier. He's the total opposite of Dable. He knows how to do in-game adjustments. He sees, okay, you know what? They're doing this. We got to change it up. We're over pursuing. Let's do this. Let's shift it up. Let's do some disguise plays. Let's go to zone. Let's go to man. Let's do some disguised blitzes. He does. I love his in-game adjustments. He knows. It's Dable that doesn't know. God forbid if Frazier and Dable ever go head to head, Frazier will dominate Brian Dable's offense. I promise you. I will promise you that. Like if they're ever coaches in this league against each other, I'll bet you guys right now on that a Frazier team will beat a Dable team all day. Let's see here. Justin, there was a lot of holes that weren't caught. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about there. Sorry. Scott, Dable going nowhere next year. Get used to it. No, that's not true. That's not true, Scott. I have a feeling, man, they're prepping up Dorsey for that job. I just have a feeling. Now, could Frazier take Dorsey? There's rumors that he will, but I just don't think so. I think the Bills gave that promotion to Dorsey for a reason, and that reason was for him to stay to be the next OC. That's just my opinion. Let's see here. Oh, holds on the Titans game? Yeah, there was the one big hold for the Derrick Henry run, but the Titans game, I got to say, we should have won that game. Like, yeah, you're right. The defense did not. I will say I forgot about that game. The defense, I thought they did well in the beginning, but then they got worn down. I will say that. And that's not really on Frazier. I think the defense just got worn down. I think Derrick Henry will do that to a defense. Our offense, though, had a chance. And we were 2 for 5 in the red zone. We had a chance at the end of the game to win the game. And we should have won that game. And we didn't. I felt like the offense let us down more than the defense because they had their opportunities and they left points off the board. So in that game, I still say, and I got people arguing with me on that sometimes, that it was the defense that let us down in that game. But in my opinion, I'm going to say the offense let us down because you can't go 2 for 6 or 2 for 5, whatever they were in the red zone. And then like I said, in the final play of the game, 4th and 1, was a total disaster. The offensive line totally failed. Deion Dawkins, like I said, I don't think he was 100% yet. And you saw there, he whiffed there. He fell. Josh Allen went the wrong way. It was just a really bad play call, honestly. Bad play call. Just, I didn't like it. But we should have won that game. But it is what it is. That's over with. And like I said before, man, everybody is 0-0 right now. Everybody. And that's in the playoffs, right? It's a whole new season right now, right? So the Bills got to handle the business. And I will say the one good thing, a couple good things. One, momentum. We have momentum going into the playoffs, guys. That is fucking huge. You guys don't understand. 2, our offensive line is getting their act together, right? They're healthy. They're playing good. And 3, Motor Singletary is finally getting carries. They're finally saying, you know what? We can't do this dual back, this 1-2 with him and Moss. We got to have a primary back. And you got to start giving the ball to Singletary a little bit more than 7 carries a game. Because a running back needs carries to get going. 6 carries, 7 carries, that's not going to do it. It's not going to do it. We are not a running team. So if we barely run the ball 6 times for a guy, he'll never get going. Never. So you got to give him more reps. And then eventually the defense will wear down. And you see that. We've been doing this. Listen, the last 3.5 games, the running game has started to slow down defenses. That's when you start seeing Josh Allen be able to roll out better. He has more pass protection because the defense is starting to get wore down, right? Or they're expecting us to maybe run or a play action. Like, that's the whole point I'm saying here. You have to run it sometimes, right? 6 carries won't work. So I feel like Dable's finally doing the right thing and getting Motor more involved with the run game and the pass game as well. Because Motor's coming up huge on some of those short yardage passes by Allen. To be honest with you, he's open a lot. And Allen sometimes just doesn't look his way. And I got to give credit to Allen for the last 2 or 3 games. He actually is starting to look Devin Singletary's way when his other reads aren't there. And he's going for the smarter pass and letting Singletary do the rest of the work. And that's great to see. And that means Josh Allen is starting to trust Singletary more. And he's going to need him in the playoffs. I'm telling you guys right now. Let's see here. Sorry if I'm missing some of your chats, guys. That's going to make us dangerous. Yeah, it is. It certainly is. Justin coming in. Funny how in the past, Bills were always known for running the ball. I know, man. You know what's funny, man? All my jerseys back in the day were all running back jerseys because we never had a quarterback. So I had Willis McGahee. I had Fred Jackson jersey. I have Marshawn Lynch jersey. I have them all, bro. Shady McCoy. Like, I had all running back jerseys because they were the only ones really, honestly, available at stores because they were our main player. We had nobody else. No quarterback. So it was always a good running back, nothing else. And finally, things have changed. And I swear to you guys, listen, I get that Singletary's not like a dynamic running back, but he's a solid running back. And if we had a little bit better of an offensive line, I think his numbers would be even a little bit better than what they are. I mean, shoot, guys, let me see something. I want to see his stats real quick. Hold on. So on the year, because I know he had 700 going in today before the game, like a little over 700. 782. So I don't know if that's accurate. So if that's true, I believe he has now 860. So listen, he was barely used for the first 12 games, very limited usage. And he has over 800 rushing yards. He's going to have I know he has over 1,000 all-purpose yards. That's very good, guys, for a guy that was barely used. And I think he's winding up averaging 4.7 a run. For a bad offensive line, that's not bad. And I got to say, I will take that back. A good offensive line now. They were bad at times during the season. Then they became average. And the last 3.5 games, they've gotten good. They're not great by any means. Listen, they're doing their job. Josh Allen has been very clean in that pocket. So you got to give credit where credit is due. And kudos to the offensive line for doing their job because they were scaring me. And today, by the way, the defensive line also has been not very good. Today, they stepped up. Today, the defensive line ate. The one player I will say that's been very good on the defensive line all season, and man, his motor is so high. Ed Oliver. Ed Oliver, my God, that dude, I love Ed Oliver, bro. Ed Oliver is a football player, guys, man. That's it. Well, it's funny because whenever they ask him questions, I don't know if you guys ever watch any of his press conferences when they ask him questions. He's just like he don't. He's like, oh, no, I don't want to talk. I just want to talk about football, man. I just want to talk about he's just a happy-go-lucky guy. But anything else he does, he knows nothing about. Just talk about football. Like that's. I forget what because it's Martin Luther King or whatever. The Martin Luther King holiday, and they asked him, what does it mean? What does he mean to you? Like, what does he mean to you or whatever? And he's like, I don't know. I don't want to answer all that. Let's just talk about football. I'm like, oh man, he's just a funny guy, man. I like Ed Oliver, bro. He's a character, but he's gonna get better, and he's gotten better. Jordan Poyer, golly, man, he deserves to be an All-Pro, in my opinion. It's a shame that he didn't make the Pro Bowl, but once again, fuck the Pro Bowl. It means fucking nothing. I'm tired of it. If the NFL's smart after this season, just do an all Madden, let the players vote, or let real people vote that know football, because he will get on that. Jordan Poyer is a beast. And by the way, the guy right next to him, Micah Hyde, I love fucking Micah Hyde. That fucking duo right there, best safety duo in the NFL, hands down. I don't care what anyone says, and that's not because I'm a Buffalo Bills fan. I'm being dead honest here. They have been together for a long time. They know each other very well. They make plays. They make hits. Micah Hyde does it all. Hey, coach, you need me returning a punt because we're not good at, returning punts, or you don't trust this guy. Okay, I'll get back there. I mean, very rarely do Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer make mistakes. Now, today there was a mistake on Jordan Poyer. But I'll tell you what, I don't really hate it too bad. Watch that play over. He's trying to make a play. It's one of those things because you weren't going to hate it if you made an interception. He just missed it. So I don't know if I hate the play. I don't even know if I hate it. I thought he took a gamble and yeah, okay. So what? We gave up 10 points. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, he made one mistake. We very rarely make that. And I don't even know if, like I said, I don't even think it was a mistake. It was a chance he took, and he almost got it. But, bro, those guys there, hands down, best safety duo in the NFL, and they don't get enough love, man, to be honest with you. They really don't. And Ed Oliver as well, man. I think Ed Oliver outside of Buffalo doesn't get the love. He should, because Ed Oliver has been playing great this season. I'll tell you another guy too that I'm very impressed with. Very impressed with. And I got to be honest with you guys. I was saying he was going to be on the roster bubble to start the season. That's Harrison Phillips. Harrison Phillips has proven me wrong. Harrison Phillips has played phenomenal football this year. I'll tell you what, better than Star Lotulelei. Okay? He is playing with a lot of energy. He's getting to the quarterback. He's stopping the run. I love what Harrison Phillips is doing this season. I got to give him credit. And I'm not saying he's a starter, but boy, I like him as a rotational player. And if a guy goes down, he's been great coming in. I would sign him if at a reasonable deal to have him back for sure. I think he's earned it. So that's another guy that I love this year at least. Cut Jerry's. Listen, Justin. I personally, I'm a huge Jerry Hughes fan. There's a lot of Bills Mafia that's high on him. Some are not so high on him. I listen. I would love for him to retire a Buffalo Bill. I'm going to be honest with you. And maybe he will. Maybe Jerry Hughes tells himself that this is it. You don't know. He's been around a little bit. But I still think Jerry Hughes brings, his lunch pail and his hard hat to work. He brings it, man. It's just age is catching up, and that happens, guys. Age catches up. But he's still, listen, you guys still see him on the field. You see him busting his ass out there, getting to the quarterback, or at least trying. It's not like he's just, whiffing or making dumbheaded mistakes. He's just not the Jerry Hughes of old. That's all. But yeah, I agree with you. It's probably his last season, and I kind of hope he just retires a Buffalo Bill, Muhammad, thoughts on Moss and Hack, as I want to cut them, but maybe that's just me. Hack, so Hack you can't cut, neither of them, but Hack you can't, not right now, because the playoffs are about to start, and you would have to find somebody that's trustworthy enough to hold the football correctly for Bass, which you guys saw what happened last year. That was Bojo's biggest problem. He could not hold a football correctly. Look what he's doing in Green Bay. Their kickers missed so many extra points and so many field goals this year. It's going to show you that it's very important that you have a good a holder for the football. And he's just not, Bojo wasn't the answer. Hack, he's good. He knows how to hold the ball correctly, but punting, he's terrible. But you can't really do any changes right now during the playoffs because you don't know what you're going to bring in. During the offseason, I don't think Hack will be back. Moss, on the other hand, he's on a rookie deal. He's cheap. They're not going to get rid of Moss. And I don't think Moss is playing that bad where they're like, oh, God, I got to get rid of Moss. And I think Singletary, like I said, he's stepped up his game big time. So let's just say hypothetically, the Bills get a running back next season, a dynamic one, to overtake Motor. Motor will be your second back. And then maybe they do something with Moss, like a trade, but outright cut, I doubt. I don't see it happening because he's on a cheap deal, and I don't think he's played that bad. So that's my thoughts on that. True, as long as Moss ain't. No, he'll never be. I'm telling you right now, they maybe thought that, and I know a lot of Bills fans thought Moss would be RB1 going into the season or even last season, which was ridiculous. I told you guys, I did a video on it. I told you guys, Devin Singletary is our best option. Maybe I'm a little biased because I am a Devin Singletary fan. I watched him at FAU, but I saw the running back room. I know what Devin Singletary can provide, and I thought he was our best chance at that position. He gives us the most, the best chance, basically, to getting positive yards out of Breida and Moss. Breida, one, he's been declining since San Francisco. Let's be real. And I told everybody that. Yeah, he has speed, but that's about it. He has fumbling issues. He didn't know the playbook that well coming in, so I knew right away he was not going to be the primary back. And Moss, he just cannot find holes. His vision is not very good. I got to be real with you. I like him, though. I still think he's a decent back. He's just not a primary back. Motor, he has good vision, and he's very elusive. The only knock on Motor is he doesn't have that electrifying speed. He just doesn't, right? He doesn't have that burst. He can make the first man miss, but he doesn't have that speed, that top-notch speed. Like today, that big run he did, maybe another running back gets in the end zone, right? But, hey, do we really care? A guy gained 45 yards. Like, I'm good with that, you know? Let's see here. Justin, nothing. Nothing. I'm just saying we keep him. You're talking about, let me see here. Sorry if I missed what you said. Joey, the Bills signed a kicker off the cleat. Yes, you're right, Joey. I forgot about that. They did, but I don't know I haven't heard anything since they signed him, but that's a great point. I totally forgot about that guy, and he can kick it. But how does he hold? Will he be on the same page with Bass, as far as holding the football for him? But it wouldn't shock me after today's game. Maybe. I totally forgot about that. I appreciate you bringing that up, brother. I appreciate you bringing that up. Do we keep him? I mean, Breida. No. Breida's gone, bro. Breida's gone. Breida hasn't even been active in any of these games. The last, 3-4 weeks, he's been inactive. I cannot see us keeping Breida. He's not even he's, like I said, if he was a special teamers, maybe we keep him as special teams, but he provides nothing for the offense. He's done nothing since the first Jets game. Other than that, he's been absolutely just not there. just a waste. So that's why they keep him off the roster. It's no point. And as of right now, your back is Singletary and Moss. That's it. Breida will not be in the playoffs. I almost can guarantee it, unless there's an injury. That's it. But Breida has to go, bro. Breida is just a waste of a spot on the roster. No, Breida's nowhere because the coaches is doing the right thing. I'll be real with you. Coaches are doing the right thing. Let me see if I'm missing any of your comments. I'm sorry, guys, if I did. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna scroll back up, see if I missed anything. Okay. Let's see here. See if I missed anything. Yeah, Justin. Yes. Ever, by the way. That, bro. So he shanks the first kick. Then we have like an offset penalty. And I'm like, okay. And it's so funny because Saleh, the Jets head coach, is screaming. He is furious because it was a terrible kick. And we get a chance to kick it again. So I'm like, all right, yeah, that worked out. Woo! And it's even worse. The second one, even worse than the first one. And then he does it again, right? Like another punt. That was like 20 yards. Oh my God, bro. So bad. I mean, that was so bad. And then what was it's so funny, guys, coming out of the half, you know how they have they talk to the sideline reporter and they're like, they always have like these things where like, the keys to the second half. And the only key to the second half for the Buffalo Bills was for Matt Hack to get his confidence back. What? That's our second half. Like that's what that's our second half stuff, man. Like Hack has to get his confidence back. Our punter. What are you talking about? His confidence. There's fucking punt the football. You were a punter. That's all you do. That's it. You punt the football. What confidence? Like, I swear to God, it's like you never punted a football before. What do you need confidence? Just grab the ball. You've been doing this since probably fucking high school and punt the fucking ball. That's it. Oh my God, confidence. I wanted to scream. And today, how many fucking times were the announcers going to say the Jets have the 32nd ranked defense? The Jets have the 32nd ranked defense. The Jets have the 32nd ranked defense. Yes, I fucking heard you. We're well aware that it's 10-0 and the Jets have their 32nd ranked defense. We all get it. We're not playing good right now on offense. But I'm well aware of that. You said it 10 times already. Okay. Golly. Over and over about the Jets' 32nd ranked defense. I don't want to play the Pats. I don't care. Listen, right now, I'll be wrong, and maybe I'm being cocky. It don't matter who we play. We got momentum. We're going to be at home our first game. Bring it on, right? Our defense is doing their job. We're feeling good right now. By the way, really cool that we won the AFC East at home today. That was awesome for the fans. So anybody that was there, awesome, man. I wish I was there. I really do. That was really cool. But no, we got momentum. I don't care who we play. We got to listen. To be the best, you got to beat the best, right? So bring them on. If we are who we say we are, right, and we're a good team, we're going to be able to beat another good team. So no, I don't care. You know, I will say the only team that worried me would have been the Colts at home because they're built better than we are in Buffalo, which is weird to say. Right? But they are. They have a very good offensive line. And I that would have been a tough game because they would have probably controlled the clock on us and wore us down. But that's not happening anymore. So listen, the Patriots scored 14 points on us on a miserable, windy day. 14. It was the offense that failed us. So maybe now that our offensive line has gotten their act together, that Motor Singletary is getting more involved in the offense. Also, another big thing, McDermott has been very aggressive on offense, which I absolutely love. I love when McDermott now is starting to say, fuck it. You know what? I'm going to trust Josh Allen here on this fourth down. Fuck it. You know, let's do it. I trust you guys. And not only that, I trust the defense, even if we don't get it, to give us the ball right back. It happened today. So, you know, I love the aggressiveness, and you got to be aggressive in the playoffs. Last year, I felt like he was so passive, and I hated it. He was passive in that Chiefs game, and it came back to kick us in his ass. Right? It kicked us right in the ass. It's not how you can't play that style of football in the playoffs. You only get one chance, guys. That's it. It's one and done. So give it all you got, man. And I really hope that Dable does his in-game adjustments better, because there's going to be times in the playoffs where we're going to face a tough defense that's making adjustments, that's switching things up on us, and Dable has to get better at that in the playoffs. You have to, or we're going to be done. Let's see here. His passiveness in the Chiefs games, yeah, exactly. That totally killed us. And not only that Chiefs game, I felt like our offense, like we played right into Kansas City hands. We played right into their hands. Our game plan was to basically try to run the ball like crazy and keep the Chiefs offense off the field. So really our offense was to help our defense out. Like it made no, we played so passive on that game, so vanilla. And it's crazy because that 2020 Bills offense was totally not like that during the regular season. We were an exciting team. We took chances in the regular season. In the playoffs, I felt like McDermott was like playing it safe the whole time. Very vanilla, he didn't want to take gambles. No, nothing too crazy. We just I don't know. I did not like that style of offense. We fell right into Kansas City's trap. And Kansas City, they showed us, you can't play that way against Kansas City. Now, this year, this regular season game that we play Kansas City, exactly how you play Kansas City. You got to go toe-to-toe with them. The offense has to do their job. Forget about keeping them off the field. That's the defense. Let the defense handle their job. Let's see here, Joey. You guys talking? Let me see here. I'm sorry if I missed something. Sorry if I missed some of your guys' comments. I don't know if you guys are talking about forth, but no, listen. The Jets, I told you, Joey, though, it's any given Sunday. And yeah, the Jets played very well last week against the Bucs, but they still lost. At the end of the day, they lost. An L is an L. The Saints beat the Bucs 9-0. We lost to the Bucs, but we killed the Saints. It's just, listen, it's any given Sunday. And in the playoffs, it's the same way, man. If you don't bring it, if you're off that game, it's a wrap, man. And like I said, that's why I'm loving the fact that we are going in with some momentum. And I honestly, I don't even mind that we didn't win the whole AFC, that we don't have a bye week. I kind of like that we are just going right back at it, that we don't have to sit, let's go right back on the field. I don't really like sitting and waiting. Sometimes that's not a good thing. So let's get right back to football and take care of our business. That's how I see it. Joey, 3 fucking times out first quarter, could have scored a touchdown, but no. I know. The one thing I will say, man, not everything is. Listen, you can't expect perfection every game. You can't, guys. Like, I'm a realist as well. Not every game's gonna go perfect. There's gonna be mistakes made. It's how you adjust. It's how you okay, I made this mistake. Now we got to go back out there. Let's clean this up. Let's do something different here. And I felt like we've been doing that, to be honest with you, because we've made mistakes in these wins, right? We weren't perfect in any of these this winning streak we're on. We've had our little bumps in the road, but we got through them during the game. And that's why I got to give the Bills credit for that. Like, they weren't pretty, like the Atlanta game, for instance, right? Look at the first half. We were down against the Falcons. But look at the second half. It was a totally different story. The Bills never gave up. The Bills found a way to win an ugly game. And that's okay. I'm good with that. If they could do that throughout the whole playoffs, just find a way, I'm good. It doesn't need to be perfect. Just go. Just find your way and make it to the Super Bowl and win us the Super Bowl. I don't care how you do it. Doesn't need to be perfect football. Just win us the game. That's it. That's all I care about. At the end of the day, guys, it's all about that W. We're not going to listen. If we win a Super Bowl and we made a lot of mistakes, but somehow we bounce back from adversity, and we bounce back and we make changes the second half and we win a close game and it's an ugly game, but we still won. No one's going to be talking about how it was an ugly game. Nobody. They're going to be talking about how we won a Super Bowl, right? So that's how I feel about it. It ain't going to be perfect, man. Muhammad, exactly. Just get the W. That's all I care. That's all we care about. Right now, guys, that's all we care about. That's it. Because look, weeks ago, like 5 weeks ago, we were one game above 500. If you guys remember that. I know y'all do. And we were saying, what? Not me, but a lot of you guys were saying it's over. It's over. The Bills suck. Fire this guy, do this. We need this. We're not going anywhere. We can't, can't beat this team. And look how things have changed, man. Look how things have changed. 11-6 record. That's a pretty good record. Okay. That's nothing to complain about. We're in the playoffs. We won the AFC East. And now that's it. Now we gotta prove ourselves in the playoffs. That's all. Listen, and I will say this about this team, guys. Since we've been doing this playoff run, you got the Houston Texans wild card game we lost. Then we go back second year in 2020, right? And we get to the AFC Championship game. So we improve. This year, it's a Super Bowl, man. It's a Super Bowl. That's it. That's what I want. That's it. So, and I believe in this team. I really do. I know we have flaws, but every team, guys, has flaws. We just don't know because we're not their fan base. I'm not following the fucking Buccaneers like crazy. I'm not following every team, the Green Bay Packers. I'm sure they got flaws. They've lost games. Are they undefeated? Is there any undefeated team in football right now? Is there any team that's just steamrolled every team in the NFL right now? I'm telling you, there's no team that steamrolled anybody this year. They all have losses. So no team is perfect, guys. They all have a weakness. Somebody has a weakness. And the playoffs is we're gonna see. We're gonna see. That's all I can say about that. So but 11-6, guys, and back-to-back AFC East champions. You guys should be proud of the Buffalo Bills for what they've done. Because, listen, I'll say it again. I've been a fan since '89. This team was god-awful after those Super Bowl runs. After, like, 90, I think 96 is 97 is when we started plummeting to the ground. And we got into this big, disgusting pile of shit that just kept building on us and building on us, right? For 17 long seasons until we finally found a GM and a head coach to pull us out of that mess that we were in for that long. And we have arrived, guys. We have arrived. The Buffalo Bills are here, and we're continuing to get better each season. And that's all I wanted as a Bills fan, to be proud of my team. And you guys should feel proud of this team. I know a lot of you guys, have been through this with me, this journey of being a Bills fan. So I know you guys get it. And I know it sucks sometimes when when we lose or get kicked out of the playoffs or whatever happens. But do you want to go back to what we were? Or do you see the upside, of this Brandon Beane, Sean McDermott Buffalo Bills team? I'm proud. I'm a proud Buffalo Bills fan. I gotta say that. And for many, many seasons, man, it was tough for me to say, or even believe that the Buffalo Bills were going to be good that year, right? Because I'd be lying to myself. Of course, you're optimistic. You always want to believe that you're going to do good that season. But realistically, we all knew they were bad teams. But because we're diehard fans, we just wanted to hold on for hope. But there's no holding on for hope anymore, guys. The truth is the truth. And this is a good team, and this is a well-run organization now. And you got to give credit where credit is due. And that starts with the owners for hiring Sean McDermott and Brandon Beane. If they don't do that and they just hire some other bullshit-ass coach, GM, right? Where are we today? Really? I'm just saying. So, hey, I love my Buffalo Bills, man. I love Bills Mafia. I love you guys. I love being on here. I love talking about Buffalo Bills, especially when we're winning back-to-back AFC East titles. So, guys, I am out of here, man. I appreciate you guys, everybody, for coming on. Muhammad, Joey, let me see who else. Justin, I appreciate you, man. Everybody, man. Jack, I appreciate you. I'll be back on Thursday for Thursday Night Uncensored at 7:00. And then Friday, I'll be on Hashtag. And then, by the way, guys, I have to talk to Hashtag. But I believe they're trying to have some special post-game playoff thing with everybody from Hashtag. I'll let you know the details once I find out, because I haven't really talked too much with them about it. But I believe they're trying to get all of us on post-game after each playoff game. So look for that, and I'll tweet that out as well. So you guys know my Tommy Talks Bills on Twitter, and then obviously on here. So, guys, Bills Mafia #1. I am so fucking happy we won back-to-back AFC East champions once again. It feels so fucking good. Go Buffalo. I am out of here. Thank you. Peace out.
God bless America and God bless Ric Flair. Go for it. Woo! Styling and profiling. Woo! 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 I've lost it. I've lost reality. And when I lose reality, somebody else pays the price of a lifetime. Woo! 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 Kiss stealing. Woo! Wheeling dealing. Woo! Woo! All man. Rick